Welcome back again, guys, to another Tuesday Thoughts video here with me in my channel. I'm Cars Karandang. If you're new here, welcome. Everyone's welcome here. Whatever you like, whatever you're into, as long as you're enjoying my videos, I enjoy your company as well. And today I actually just came from a fun run, just a little 5-kilometer fun run with Color Manila. It was actually their event called Marvel Run, and Marvel being, a worldwide brand. And to my surprise, or I just really didn't double check, but they said it was the first ever here in Southeast Asia. Here's the clip of what we did. I mean, I don't have clips of me running because it was a bit hard to do that, especially since it rained during our run. But here's the aftermath. Okay, so as you guys saw, it was all wild, it was all fun. There was some people who cosplayed some, Marvel characters. There was, I believe if I caught that, there was also a Batman cosplayer there somewhere. And it was a bit funny, man. People, since it wasn't really a serious marathon, people just stopped whenever they were running to take pictures with other people who were in costume. It was my first time actually to join a Color Run Manila fun run. And they said before that they usually throw colors at you in the middle of running, but here they saved that all for the end, which was a beautiful thing to see, as you saw earlier in the video. And if you don't believe me, I mean, here's my a medal. I got a medal for just joining. Here's also the bib I had. I am numero 04314. And the color's still there. I mean, I just took a shower, that's why I'm not as messy as I was in the B-roll that I just showed. And here's the quite disgusting shirt that I had. Oh man, I think the color's still spreading out. I got the deluxe package they had. It gives you an option to choose colors, because usually it's just the black one for the cheapest, but the deluxe one had 3 choices. It was green for the Hulk, which is my favorite comic book character in general, I guess. For gray was Thor, and blue was Captain America. And majority of the people got the blue because they just love Captain America. And it was a pretty cool design. But you know what? That's a bit enough of talk with the marathon already. What this video is about really is about law school again. And law school, especially for newcomers, for freshmen who never came from any other law school, they don't know they don't really know what to expect. And what I want to do here is actually give goal setting for students who are just coming into your first semester of law school. And of course these things that I'm going to say, they're not cut and dry, they're not for everyone, but at least these things that I want to talk about are the things that I would tell myself when I was a freshman. Because I always like to ask other people, but it was always hard for people to articulate what they thought was good advice for freshmen. Number 1, the most basic thing that I didn't know coming into law school is that the source material that you're getting, usually if it's cases, when you read cases, it's gonna have a lot of different issues. I mean, it's not just gonna have one issue. They're not just gonna talk about one thing. I mean, sometimes that happens when it's, you're lucky when you get that. But when it's a case that comes to the Supreme Court, there's usually a lot of issues that come in each case, and you got to know which issue you have to read on, because when you go for a class, you have a lot of cases to read, and what happens is that if you read each and every case word for word, topic by topic, issue by issue, when you only need one issue in that case, you're gonna spend so much time, studying. I mean, you still get smarter, but I mean, you spend more time studying about things you don't need to know right now, rather than the things that you need to know right now. And that's, like, for me, that was the most important thing that I had to realize coming into law school. And number two, how to read. I mean, again, on the topic of cases, but not specifically about just cases. Think about the hardest subject that you've had, when you were in college or in university. Maybe not on that same level, but around one of the hardest subjects that you got. Usually it's just one subject or two subjects per semester that you get these difficult subjects. But in law school, it's a lot of them. I mean, majority of them ask so much of you, to the point that it's really pretty much impossible for the normal person like me. I guess I consider myself as a normal person, to read everything that you need to read before the class starts. Because if I read everything for one subject, that's going to be good for like just that one subject, but then I spend the whole week just to read for that one subject. I mean, one thing I really recommend, if you can do it, guys, just try to learn how to speed read. Just speed reading your way through things, taking down some notes here and there to remember these things will help you so much, in the future, especially if you have a professor who's kind of okay with, glancing at notes, because there are some professors who don't really like it when you look at your notes. But there are some, okay, just glance every now and then. So if you can, just remember these things as the class goes, as the recitation goes, and then you can still remember these things because you read them just in a faster pace. That's the thing with reading. It's, for me at least, it's impossible to read every single thing for every single class with the amount of proficiency in all of them. That's just near impossible for me. But again, if you guys, probably some of you are already better than me coming into first year than me right now going into my fourth year. Let's go with number three. This might not jive with everyone, but what I want to go for number three here is to choose what subjects you should focus on. Because more often than not, unless you're very, very unlucky, even though I said earlier that like all of these subjects that you're gonna get in a semester are gonna be demanding, there are also some professors, it's gonna depend on the professor then, whether they're gonna really go for the extra mile and making you study your ass off before giving you what's due to you. Or there are some professors, not to say they're sure pass professors, but what I want to say is that there are some professors who don't really demand so much. Like, there are some professors who are okay with you knowing just the ruling of the Supreme Court, what they said, what the very base topic is. But there are some professors, when it comes to cases especially, where they want you to know every single detail about each case, even though it's most of the time it's not part of the topic anymore. They just want to know that you read the whole thing. That's the difficult thing. I mean, what I want to say for the number three is actually just to know right away which professors are which, so that you know which one to focus on. Because again, that's going to help you out in the future, knowing which things to focus on. Of course, not leaving everything else behind, but knowing which ones you should put more time in just to pass. Because probably if you put all your time and effort equally for all your subjects, what's going to happen is you're not going to get the same grade for all of them. The harder professors I'm talking about, like, they might give you a lower grade, or maybe you might even fail. And then the other professors I was talking about, they might give you even a higher grade than if you were to just give it a little bit less effort and then still pass with them. Because with the difficult professors, sometimes you work so much just to get a passing grade. I mean, that's just but that's, I guess, the main thing with law school is, like, it's just showing you how life is, really. It's not showing you like law school is going to be so hard because they're just very, very angry at the world. That's not it. I mean, probably some of them have some personal issues, but I don't know. At least from what I found, even some professors, you know, when you talk, you know, professors, if they're good, if like outside of class they know how to talk like a normal person to you. And there are some professors who still they know how to be a good professor inside of class, and outside of class they know how to be a friend. They're just doing their best to show you that it's not going to be easy, especially if you eventually pass the bar and get into the life of a lawyer. Number 4, don't succumb to failure. It happens to a lot of us, maybe not to everyone. There's a classmate I had, like, she said that she never failed a subject in her life, so that was amazing. But what I want to say is, for a lot of people, not just me, you know, failure happens. And when it happens, it happened. I mean, unless if there was some very, very unfair advantage given to the others, or something very unfair that happened to you where the professor was just mad at you and then you failed. But aside from that, if you really, you know, you just studied as hard as you can, you know, you can see that maybe this professor is just not jiving with the way you think, and then you failed because of that, maybe, you know, don't take it too personally. Just move on, get a different professor. When you retake the subject, you'll eventually pass it if you really know that you're, you know, studying hard. Especially for freshmen who are, like, you know, still on the edge on whether or not they want to study law school. Those are one of the things that will define you. Is if you fail and you really want to become a lawyer, you're just gonna do it. You're just gonna study more. Hopefully your school doesn't kick you out. That's what I've been trying to say in my other videos, is that, you know, some schools, they just kick you out because of this, you know, policy or whatever. But aside from that, if you really didn't want to go to law school, just like another friend I had, and, you know, you fail, then at least you know right away. That's pretty much the whole video. I don't know why, but like, just whole fun run I had got me thinking about these things, you know. I didn't go there prepared at all. I did not train. I don't run at all. I just go to the gym, you know, do quick workouts. I don't do long endurance runs that other people do. It was fun. Law school is also fun. As long as you can get these things in your head, know what to do, you're gonna be good. I hope you guys like the video. It's just a thumbs up. Subscribe down below as well if you're not still. I mean, I'm just gonna be uploading a lot of these, you know, videos about law school, food, shisha. It's up to you what you want to watch, but, you know, I really have a lot of plans for people who are subscribed here to, you know, get the most out of their subscription. Comment also down below whatever things you want to talk about. Like, you know, if you have any suggestions, some thoughts on the topics I talk about. If you disagree, then, I mean, if you disagree with something, maybe you can, you know, we can talk about it on the comments down below. I'm still gonna be there, and I'm gonna respond to all of your comments and see what else we can do for future videos. And of course, click that notification bell so that you can be notified on my future videos, because YouTube is a bit weird, and I don't know what to do for that yet, but that's I guess that's it. You know, again, I just said earlier, you know, if you want to see my other types of videos, you can check out every Friday, Saturday. Fridays are for food trips. I just, you know, go to different places to eat, show you what's good. And also, I wanted you guys to give a chance to check out Shisha Saturdays. Those are my videos on, again, shisha, hookah. That's a very, very niche audience. Maybe you might like it. It's another way to de-stress for when you're studying in law school. And see you guys on that next video. Now that we're at the end of the video, again, I would just like to say, you know, remember to click like, subscribe, comment, and notification bell, and of course, share the video with all of your beautiful friends, because just like you, I know you're beautiful, and your friends will also be beautiful. See you guys.